Atlanta police is accusing Lil Baby of being linked to two murders of some teenagers, I believe 13 years old. They say he shot a music video in an op neighborhood 2 summers ago that led to a shooting. And, you know, a lot of people speculating this the reason why Lil Baby distanced himself from his 4PF gang. Remember, he recently did an interview where he said he ended 4PF because he didn't want to get caught in a RICO. Well, Atlanta police did a press conference yesterday where they locked up people, and they said that Lil Baby is the ringleader. You know, they didn't charge him with a murder, but they said this murder happened while he was shooting a video in op neighborhoods. And they believe that, you know, these young men would be alive if Lil Baby never shot that video. Y'all check out this press conference and hit the like button. Look like the feds and the police is watching Lil Baby right now at the moment.
The apartments that are here are literally right across the street from...
Actually spoke with neighbors concerned for their safety in their own backyards.
That's correct, and that's because the apartments that are here are literally right across the street from where this shooting happened. Neighbors here frustrated that this music video shoot ended the way that it did. One woman who was caught in the middle of the crossfire tells me she's lucky to be alive.
Between the bullets, it was nothing but bullets, pop, 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 pop.
At least 25 shots fired.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was just a concert. I was waiting for Lil Baby to come buy my tacos up.
Chastity Hill says she got caught in the middle. 2 people were shot next to her. A video she took before the shooting shows rapper Lil Baby on set of the music video.
Baby, there he go, y'all.
I thought it was just a prop for the video shoot, but then we found out later it was something different.
Eric Haynes in the homes across the street. His 7-year-old daughter outside when the shots rang out.
I heard shooting.
What did it sound like?
Pow, pow, pow.
Tonight, he's glad she's safe.
Blessed. Of course I'm blessed. I would never want to have anything happen to my daughter.
But the frustration between this community continues to grow.
We have had several shootings, several killings in the district, unfortunately. I actually on the way to a neighborhood meeting now, the Dixie Hills Neighborhood Association meeting, to talk about things like this. And then I got this call and came here.
Several weeks after this incident took place, we were out here holding a very similar press conference, and we were asking for the help from the community. In just a moment, I'm going to show you some pictures of 7 individuals that we were able to take into custody in conjunction with this tragic incident. I stood here and told you the story how on July 2nd, just after midnight of last year, we had 2 13-year-olds and 11-year-old celebrating the birthday of Lamont Fremont. He had just turned 13. And he got to experience about 30 minutes of being a teenager before his life was taken. But one thing I want to make absolutely clear, and I said it then and I'll say it again, these kids were innocent victims. So when we talk about the gang involvement, these 2 13-year-olds and this 11-year-old, they didn't have a gang involvement. We didn't have interactions with them as a police department. They were good kids in the community. And unfortunately, you know, their futures, their lives were taken. So 5 of these individuals we already had in custody, we had arrested. Some of them were in jail on previous charges not related to this. So once we established probable cause, we're able to serve the jails in which they're housed with these arrest warrants. So the first one there is Mr. Sanders. Let's flip through him. Richard Hollis, Reginald Thomas, Marcus Crawford, Mr. Mobley, Tradon Crawford, and Tradon is one of the individuals that we took into custody yesterday. And then the final 7th individual is Mr. Ollie Caldwell. If you notice with these individuals, 2 of them share the same last name. It's because they are brothers.
My name is Major Ralph Woolfolk of the Violent Crime Interdiction Section. And I first want to say the overall theme of this case is grown men playing gangster that left 2 of our children in graves and a community in fear. And we know in these communities that strength is about building community, not destroying it. And in this case, leaving 2 young people in their grave. And for the investigation aspect of this, Lamont Fremont was allowed to be a 13-year-old for 27 minutes before gang violence ultimately took his life. Gang violence that was orchestrated by adults in our city, and cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place that he knew he should not have been. And in the subsequent days, we saw homicides and shootings, and ultimately the deaths of 2 children as a result of his cowardly actions. And you know who you are. And I tell you that this team will work relentlessly to hold you and the persons that you are affiliated with responsible for those actions. Ultimately, there are components of this investigation that led back to a prison in the state of Georgia where an illegal phone, a contraband phone, was used to orchestrate these acts. There was a hit called by a high-ranking gang member on the opposite side of that opposing rapper's gang. And I'll tell you today, that gang was Goodfellas. Goodfellas Criminal Street Gang being one of the most hyper-violent gangs in the city of Atlanta. And we will pursue you relentlessly in making sure that we keep this city safe and suppressing violence throughout our city. And lastly, I'll say, as Major Malecki indicated, there is still a $50,000 reward that is on the table for additional information in relationship to this case. And our detectives and our officers, through all of the internal units and external units that you see here today, will be knocking on doors and working with this community that has been so resilient to collect additional information to continue to move this investigation forward.
No, there was not. We do believe that the 3 juveniles, 2 were killed, 1 who was injured, they were just outside on the steps celebrating a birthday party. We don't believe that they were the intended targets of that gunfire.
And so then, are we going to name the gang on the other side? You named the Goodfellas, but what's the name of the gang that's affiliated with this rapper that we're not naming?
Yeah, at this time, so not to compromise the integrity of this investigation, we will not be naming that gang. It is a hyper-violent hybrid street gang here in the city of Atlanta, and there's subsequent information that will follow in the upcoming preliminary hearing.
Now, that police officer said he